Hey guys, so I just wanted to pop on. I know I look a little bit different from what you guys are about to see, but I just wanted to preface this video. I'm talking kind of weird because I have my retainers in, but I just wanted to preface this video by saying I know that what you guys are about to watch is a bit kind of all over the place, and there's like a lot of gaps and things like that. But just keep in mind, my mind is been all over the place, obviously, as you can tell, as you keep watching this video. But yeah, so I just wanted to let you guys know that I hope the video is a bit clarifying, especially those that need it or that need to hear the message. I apologize for all the gaps and delay and all this stop and go. I was just trying to gather my thoughts in the midst of my mind just going like a 1,000 miles per hour. So, but I hope you guys are able to understand what I was saying, at least getting the message. I am trying my best to chop and edit the video so that way it's not that many gaps and pauses in between each clip. So, and also that's why there may be like blunt edits, because I tried to edit out the pauses and the ums, buts, and things like that, the filler words. But yeah, I just wanted to come on, preface that, because I was watching it back and I'm like, ooh, I sound kind of slow, but I promise I'm not. It's just that I've been stressed, as I quickly mentioned in the video. So, when you're stressed, you may not be the most clarifying with your words, let alone your thoughts, like trying to compartmentalize your thoughts and things like that. So, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the video and take what you need to take. If it is meant for you, you will know as you keep watching. And I apologize for the shakiness. I was trying to edit that as well. So, catch you next clip. Hey guys, so I know this is a weird angle. I'm recording on my iPad because my phone, I'm currently screen recording a webinar, so I can go back and watch it and take notes for later on. But I decided to turn on my camera because I had a therapy appointment earlier, like maybe, well, it ended almost 2 hours ago. There's so many things that I haven't like talked about and things like that. I think I briefly touched on just being like stressed out with my job and things like that. I think maybe, was it my first video or my first vlog I posted back in January, February? Or maybe I haven't posted it yet. But the last time I was at work was June 16th or 17th, whichever one is Tuesday. That's when I was last at work. And I remember saying that was my last day working at that job. I feel like I need to figure out how to fix the camera quality on here, because this is a new iPad. It's like the latest one, I believe. And the camera quality is not. But anyways, the last day I was at work, I was literally telling myself that that's my last day working, and I like strongly felt that deep down. And so after I got off work, I went to Trader Joe's, and per usual, like I always try to ask like the cashiers like how their days are going and things like that. And of course in in return, they asked me the same thing. And I remember telling him, well, it was two of them, because, you know, one is like ringing you up, and then the other one's like bagging your groceries typically at Trader Joe's. And I was telling them that today's my last day at my job. And he was like, really? Like, as if, I know it's like probably not normal, um, but I feel like in these times today, it's becoming more normal, more normalized, of people like just quitting their jobs and stepping out on faith and just relying on God and things like that. And when I had told him that, and he was like, wow, like basically I'm making a, you know, huge decision. I don't think he was like judging me or anything like that, so I'm not saying it in the bad way, but when I had said it like out loud to somebody else, even though it was two of them, like I felt like strongly convicted, like, yeah, it's been a long time coming, because I've been with the company that I'm with, and I'll more than likely share more like information, things like that, like later on. But I've been with this company, it will be 4 years in August. But my plan is, which, okay, let me backtrack. My plan is to go on leave, so that way I still have, you know, some source of income from this job. And then just returning the equipment whenever my leave is up. Um, but yeah, so the reason why I turned on the camera was because it really feels like that day was my last day. It just really feels like uh, early last week, because I just got back from vacation or out of the country yesterday. And then had my therapy appointment today. But and the last time I was at work was last Tuesday, and today is Thursday. So I'm all over the place, but either 16th or 17th. I'm gonna chop this up and edit it so that way it's not like a whole bunch of gaps and stuff. But I was just sitting here thinking like, dang, that was really my last day, and I'm just gonna take a leap of faith and still go and leave as long as everything is approved. I still go and leave, and just whenever it's time to return back to work, I'm returning the equipment as well, and not returning to work there anymore. Because so many things have transpired with my job and things like that. Just like unfairness and all those things. But I know that is for a bigger purpose and what God has intended for me to do, which is, you know, basically He's been making me uncomfortable for a while now, so that way I can do what He needs me to do. And it's been things that I've just been putting off. Or I guess like one thing specifically that I've been putting off. But today I actually made a step and started doing what He's been telling me to do. Especially with receiving like different confirmations and downloads when I was in Costa Rica. Different conversations with strangers. Which I would hate to even call them that, but I started doing what He needs me to do, or at least taking at least one step in that direction. But it's just the thought of like not returning back to this job and feeling miserable, things like that. I feel, even though my leave hasn't been approved yet, I feel kind of freed, even though the ties or the cord hasn't been officially cut. I don't know if you can see, but I had painted this. I'm not done painting it or anything like that. Don't mind the background. I just finished eating those pomegranate seeds. But I literally had painted this, and as I was just saying that I feel kind of freed in a sense, even though the cords are not officially cut loose just yet. But I unintentionally painted this bird, and it's like fleeing away from, I guess you can say it's past, but I painted a flower on it. Here's a better look at it. But I intentionally painted that bird. I was just like I guess just doing like different strokes with the paintbrush. And I was like, that looks like a bird. Again, it's not finished yet, but as I was talking about feeling freed, I just looked over and that's what I heard. Like, maybe the bird is fleeing away from its past. I don't know if you guys are getting anything from this or not, but even though it's not done, but if you are, let me know what your thoughts are. Yeah, I try not to make the painting like a dark painting, like with dark colors or anything like that. So that's why there's the yellow there, the other bright colors. But I had nothing in mind when I was painting this, honestly. I was just trying to make painting a hobby that I can do at home. I do have other paintings that I did, like painting events and things like that. But yeah. But yeah, just the thought of not returning to work and having to be there miserable and things like that just feel freeing in a sense. Um, I'm really trying not to get emotional or anything like that, but I don't know when I'm going to post this video. I mean, this is like, I guess, raw, uncut, because I was not expecting, um, I was not expecting to pick up the camera and record or anything like that. Why that looked weird. But hopefully all of this made sense. All in all, God has been telling me that I need to either leave my job or I'll be getting let go soon. But which I've been feeling this for a long time, so it's not like I'm caught off guard or anything like that. Um but yeah, I just have a huge sense of mental freedom, especially with having the thought that I won't be returning back to work at this job. And of course, my solo trip opened my eyes even more. I mean, my eyes were already open, but they've been open more, and even today, um, just confirms like what I need to do and not hold myself back, not be disobedient to what God needs me to do. Um, I'll try to edit this and post it, even though this was very impromptu and not like set up perfectly or anything like that. But the message is for anyone else out there, whether that's one person or more than one person, If God is telling you to let go of something or free yourself from something, place, people, maybe certain behaviors or patterns, then this is your sign. You need to do that and be obedient, and free yourself like the bird here. And if you don't, then there definitely be consequences, as you know or should know that with disobedience comes consequences. Whether that pertains to you directly or maybe someone or people around you, because your consequences and your action doesn't just affect you, they can also affect those around you. So definitely take heed and do what you need to do. And that's pretty much it. I'm gonna see if I can post this tonight. I'll be very shocked if I do so. Sorry, I know I shouldn't apologize. However, um, I know this was all over the place and it looks crazy right now, but maybe someone else needed to hear this, that just free yourself. And if you don't know what you need to be freed from, then definitely pray, ask God, which I'm sure He's already told you or dropped it in your spirit, but you're just not listening, or maybe you're just in your head. But definitely pray, ask for clarity, and maybe He will give you that answer, maybe with a stranger or wherever, because God can speak to you in different ways. So, but you will know for sure if this is for you. And I'm done rambling. I don't want this video to be too lengthy or anything like that, because it's just supposed to be short, concise, even though it's all over the place. But if this resonated with you, then you will know. Okay, bye. Oh, I wanted to mention one more thing. So before I have my therapy appointment, I was listening to this webinar for veterans, and one of the speakers, he quoted a good quote, and basically he said, sometimes you need to jump even without a parachute. So sometimes you just need to step out on faith and make that jump or that leap, even if you don't know the answers or what the outcome would be. But just know that you have a spiritual parachute or a spiritual landing, if that makes sense. And that is God. So although you may think that you don't have a parachute, but you do. As long as you trust God, you always have a parachute. So hopefully that makes sense. So whatever leap you need to take, don't even worry about not seeing or knowing where the parachute is, or feeling like you don't have one, or like safety net. But as long as you step out on faith and be obedient and do what you need to do what you're called to do, you don't have anything to worry about. I'm smiling because when I was in Costa Rica, one of the retreats that I stayed at, one of the receptionists, I have a clip of him saying it as well. But he basically was saying that there's nothing to stress about as long as you have God, and as long as you have a solution to your problem, there's nothing to worry about. But let's say you don't have a solution to your problem, as long as you stay with God, stay connected with God, there would still be nothing to really worry about. So make sure you cast all your worries and doubts to God, and He will guide you and lead you to where you need to be. And again, don't worry about not feeling like you have a parachute, and know that you actually do have the parachute. You just may not know if you'll land safely or how you will land. But that's not anything that you need to worry about. Wherever you're meant to land, that's where you're going to land at. Wherever God needs you to land, that's where you will land. So as long as you stay faithful and obedient, don't try not to worry. Even if you are worrying, just cast it on to God. And I know it's easier said than done, but try not to move in flesh and move in faith. Ooh, that's good. And on that note, I will end it here. Again, my bad, I look a mess, I look crazy. But yeah.